How is everybody? Thank you for joining me today. I am launching this Launch and Learn live by myself with no one supporting me. My team is off and doing additional things, but today we are doing our second version of our Launch and Learn for 1QR in real estate. And this is going to be action-packed. Put this into your ears. Let's get going. Quick thing about 1QR. We believe the world rewards the bold, the clear, the simple, the ones who make it easy for people to take action. We believe that opportunity is created at the point of interest, in the instant when someone is curious, in the moment when they're ready to move. If you meet them there, you'll win. But if you make them work, they will disappear. We exist to eliminate the friction, to shorten the distance between interest and opportunity. We help people convert attention into action, action into leads, and leads into results. We believe every scan should matter. Every tap, everyone's tapping their phones, should count, and every marketing dollar should show a return. We believe small things create big outcomes. A sign, a card, a flyer, a van, one code, one scan, one action. That's all it takes. We believe you deserve clarity, you deserve control, and you deserve the tools that will help you stand out in this noisy marketplace. And this is why we built 1QR, not to follow an industry, but to redefine it. We are not a QR code company. We are not a QR code company. We are a dynamic action platform, a catalyst for behavior, a shortcut for revenue, a system that adapts to a business. It updates in real time and it never stops working. We're here to raise the standards, to elevate people's marketing, and to be powerful for professionals. That was a little bit of a tongue tie there for me. This world is filled with distractions. So why we're here is to help you become the one destination. We're going to go into a quick little overview, not even overview. Our last training, we talked about 1QR on signs, sign writers, whatever that looks like, where you're giving pertinent information to buyers at that exact moment, not forcing them to search, not letting them disappear because they forgot about you once they drove past your listed property. You want to be able to give them instant information at their point of interest. So today we're going to be talking about 1QR on postcards, postcard campaigns, dive in a little bit into heat mapping and pinpoint location to know that our marketing is actually working for us. So I'm going to shift screens around here a little bit and move over into some examples. Examples from 1QR. These can be found at 1QR.com/examples-real-estate. And what you'll see when you scroll down a few is you'll see a postcard. This is what we're going to be building a QR code for. Everyone receives postcards of just listed, just sold. And a lot of times those types of campaigns do not hit home for the people that are receiving them. Being able to have something that they can interact with right away is something we implore you to do as an agent, to give them relevant information. If I just sold a property, give them a home tour or how you went through the process of selling the property. Maybe it was a simple transaction. Maybe it was difficult. Maybe we had multiple offers. But being able to provide that back to people who are looking, are curious, you're able to take them from offline with that postcard to online into your marketplace. So we're going to be looking at the postcard in particular. Now I'm going to dive into our platform. one QR. It's very simple. Do not let this feel like it's something you have to learn. There's no real hard education that you have to teach yourself. It's all about filling out a form and making the information that you want something to go to. Make sure that you're in control of it, whether it's a website, a business card that you would like that information that you have to be downloaded onto someone's phone right away, being able to do that. Maybe it's a one QR page that is giving them access to all of your active listings or all of your testimonials, something that brings you top of mind when they're scanning that QR code. So we're just going to simply go into creating this QR code for our postcard. Now, I've taken the liberty of pulling up my wife's website, who's a realtor, and taking one of her active listings. All I do is go to the website, go to her active listings, open it up, and copy the URL. I bring it back over into one QR, and I put it down as the destination. The destination is going to be web-based because that's where I want people to go from my postcard campaign. I want them to learn more about the home. Get the pictures, get the videos, get the description, everything about this home that is potentially going to make someone curious enough to schedule a showing, understand what their mortgage might be if they decide to go down this path, where it's located, and work directly with you as an agent. So we're going to take this over. We've already pasted it into our web link destination. Now, the cool thing about one QR is it is dynamic in destination, but it is very simple, and it's easy for you to build your brand with the one QR platform. You are able to adjust any of the color scheme, put in your logos, make it look like it's yours compared to a static black and white QR code or a QR code that's provided by some platform that doesn't give you the ability to really pull your brand into the destination. You want to build that reputation with people who are consuming your information, knowing, hey, this QR code looks like that agent, their brand, their logo. Those are the types of things that build rapport, and people feel that they can scan those QR codes without any hesitation. They're going to get that relevant information. So we're just going to come into the more options. I like to pretty these up a little bit, make sure that they're not just a square design. I can adjust my color scheme and get into a more soft feel. It doesn't just feel like that typical black and white QR code. So I'm going to use a few colors that match the brand of my wife. I'm going to be able and come in and adjust the pattern and pull in her logo to be able to have it centered into the center of the QR code, like you'll be able to see here in just a second. Once I get this loaded, the look and feel is more like her brand. I can come in, I can say, hey, just listed. So people know when I'm scanning the QR code where it's going to take me. Like what is the intent? What is my call to action? This is just listed property. They scan it, they're going to be able to see, here's a new property on the market. Maybe we should set up a showing, and because we have interest and we're looking. Some elements that you can add into this is we've talked about a few of these items in our previous launch and learn. Being able to turn off the branding. Maybe it's something you don't want to have. It's just a one QR branding. We're building rapport. We're acknowledging that we're utilizing a QR code platform that's secure, that has a great reputation in the industry, has a great reputation in the fact that when I'm using it, I know it's secure, and when people are scanning it, they also know that element as well. You can add serial numbers to the QR codes. This was more for like a sign writer being able to say, hey, there's going to be a serial number placed within the QR code, which does not affect the scan. But what it's going to allow you to do from the sign writer aspect is be able to say, hey, grab sign writer 23. And there'll be a little 23 placed right in here that whoever's moving your sign for you, they can move it, and you're able to come into the system and dynamically adjust the destination. I'm just going to toggle these back on and off. But what we've talked about so far, hopefully, is not complex, and we understand that we're giving information to someone who's receiving a postcard about a property that we've just listed. We did not force them to type in a URL to go searching. We made it simple as possible for them to scan the QR code and get the destination of the just listed property. So I'm just going to label this just listed property. This QR code, this is for my information, knowing that this is actually going on a postcard. And I'm going to type in postcard for a tag, so it's easy for me to find. Also, we are rich in analytics, understanding what marketing is working for us. If this postcard isn't getting scans, maybe the destination isn't correct. If it is getting a ton of scans and we have a property listed at a certain price point, but no showings are getting scheduled, maybe our price point is off. But this is a way we can get that feedback loop, understanding I've been spending my marketing dollars to do postcards. Are they working? We don't know if they work unless someone actually takes the time to call, which we know people aren't doing right now. They want simplicity. They want to do the searching. You give them the ability to do that by scanning and getting into your marketplace instead of searching and ending up on other platforms that probably aren't going to give them the correct information, probably are selling whoever is doing that search, that lead to someone else. So being able to be in control. You can control this with a one QR link saying, oneqr.com/postcard1. And you can then use that short link and text it, and it would go to the exact same destination as if someone were to scan that QR code. I'm not going to toggle or mess with that link. I'm going to gleam over the make a template. This really is just, once I'm designing a QR code that I really like, this template's something that I can keep in my library of QR codes and don't have to go through the design element. Now, what we talked about earlier was a request a location. So by turning this on to both a scan and a tap of a short link, what will happen is when someone scans a QR code or taps that short link, is it's just going to have a quick little pop-up acknowledging, we're not collecting your information. We just want to know where you're located when you scan this QR code. And what happened is they scan, they're intrigued enough, they accept it, they get the destination, they get the information that they're looking for. And here's the analytics that you're going to start getting back. You're going to start getting pinpoints. We've seen it happen where there's been a postcard campaign, farming campaign happening in neighborhoods, and individuals calling me back within days after this has been implemented and saying, I'm looking at my map and there are pinpoints, heat mapping of this neighborhood. And there's pinpoints everywhere, all over, the locations, the homes, the addresses are showing up on people that are intrigued and interested enough. And sometimes you get more and more pinpoints in the same location because it continues to happen. We've seen where people have scanned the QR code and sent it to a family member, maybe in a different state, and it pops up, and here's a new pinpoint in a different state, a different location. It's giving us feedback, understanding we know what it's working. Here's another additional thing to know what's working in our marketing is turning on a scan notification. We have a dedicated mobile application, both for Apple and Android, that you simply download oneqr.com, and everything that you do from your computer, you can do on your phone. You can design all this, you can edit it, you can adjust the destination. So that's a very powerful element to just know that what I'm implementing is working. And if I don't implement it and it doesn't go out there, I'm not going to get scans. A lot of times what that points me to is saying, well, we know the system works, but are we working? Are we implementing this? Are we knowing that if we turn this scan notification toggle on, we get it out there, we start getting scans, we know that our marketing's working. We know that this campaign is something that we can continue to put money towards in this listed property, in anything into the future. So I'm simply just going to say this QR code, and here it is. I've got a QR code that I can download. This is all we have to do is download it, provide it to our printer. Maybe we utilize a platform like Canva. We pull it over into our design on our postcard, and we send it out. We print it, we send it out, and we start getting that feedback. We start understanding that my marketing is actually working. Again, this isn't about a QR code. This is really about having a dynamic action technology. Dynamic action. That QR code, it's going to listed property. Maybe the property goes under contract. Here's all my additional listed properties. Maybe I want it to go to a text message, a phone call, an email. I get that control. I get to make sure that when people scan a QR code, they're getting the information that they're looking for, but I'm going to be the one that's controlling the narrative. So that's as simple as it is. I'll give you a quick little look at what our platform looks like in a real example. So my team, thank God for them, took enough time prior to doing this and gave me an example. So if I were to be utilizing Canva, I downloaded the QR code. It goes onto my computer, and I just go over into Canva and I upload the QR code. I drag it into my design, get the details, get my contact information. Those are two different QR codes, but I'm controlling where someone who has interest and wants to take action at that point can get the information that they want. I'm not having to say, here's my contact information with my phone number, my email, and my website. Scan it and get it all. It's one scan. It's so much simpler. There's a term out there that we all probably all know: good, better, and best. A postcard, it's good. A better one might have a static QR code. The best one is one that you can have a dynamic one that you adjust and you're in control of. So thank you for joining me today on this launch and learn of OneQR in real estate. There's more and more of these coming out where we'll get specific into different types of campaigns, where to put them. Our last one was on sign writers. This one's postcards. Just giving you ideas on the marketing that I'm spending money on right now. What's working? Where can I make it the best that I'm giving that information? So I appreciate you all. Enjoy watching this in replay, and we'll talk soon. Take care.